TenZ gave up everything and she still left. Video by Maury. I ain't gonna lie, I've been seeing a lot of discourse about this. If you don't know, this is about the streamer drama and official breakup between Kyedae and TenZ. They've been dating for like 7 years, been through a lot, and I'm not gonna hold you, I might have a completely different opinion from everybody else that's talking about the situation, because in my opinion, the discourse I'm seeing, I ain't fucking with it. But let's get into this, man. Let's go.
Imagine staying with a girl throughout the entire time she has cancer, just for her to leave you because she grew apart from you. Crying emoji times 3. Bro gave up his pro career, helped build her public following, took care of her through cancer treatment, and she still decides to leave him to, and I quote, discover herself. Never date an eager. He sacrificed his career to be with her while she had cancer, and she dropped him after she recovered. Sarah Stock isn't the only one. If you know, you know.
I'm gonna be for real on this whole situation, and I don't want this to sound like I don't have any empathy for TenZ and what he's going through, but I feel like a lot of people are coming at this situation from the standpoint of, he did all of this shit, she should now be bound to this nigga and stay with him forever. We don't know the full ins and outs of their relationship, but me personally, if you feel like it's time to leave, you have every right to leave, no matter what this person has done for you. No matter what this person has done for you, bro. If you feel like it is time to go, and this isn't just for this situation, this is for any situation, any of the people that are going through something right now where you feel like you're tied to this person because of all the things that they've done for you whole time, you actually want to leave them, bro, leave them. Leave them. No amount of this person did X should make you want to stay in a relationship that you don't see going anywhere, in a relationship that you don't want to be in just to look good for other people or to appease somebody else. Bro, you can't love somebody if you don't love yourself first. And a form of loving yourself is knowing when it's time to fucking leave. And that's my opinion on this situation. No, I feel like everybody is criticizing her for leaving when TenZ has done all this shit. When it's like, bro, yes, he's done all this shit and I'm not taking away from that. But bro, she should have every right to leave. Period.
TenZ starts dating Kyedae Shimko at 17 years old. Moves in together just a few weeks after meeting. Lives with her from 17 to 24 years old. Almost 7 years total. Engaged since August 2022. She gets diagnosed with leukemia. TenZ drops competitive Valorant at the peak of his career. Cuts back on full-time streaming. Takes on all the expenses, medical bills, rent, household costs. Accompanies her through every step. Chemotherapy, treatments, hospital stays, recovery. Helps keep her channel and audience growing while putting his own channel on the back burner. And fast forward to February 2026, Kyedae announces on Twitter and Instagram that—
keep in mind, he did all of this shit out of the kindness of his heart. And in these situations, like, put me in this situation, I've done all this stuff, and then a shorty leaves me. Would I feel a little sad about it? Yes, but I'm not like fully breaking down. I'm not like, oh damn. The only thing I'd probably be like a little mad at is just the fact that it's been like, you know, this was like 7 years. So, but I wouldn't be too mad about it because at the end of the day, I did all this shit out of the kindness of my heart. Do I want to take it back just because she left me? Like, no, I did this shit. I did all these things because I wanted to, and I wanted to see this person grow. And a form of loving this person so much and wanting to see this person grow is, if they want to leave, if they feel like they can grow outside of this situation, let them grow. Period.
They had already been separated for some time. Explains it was a mutual decision. Asked for privacy to move forward.
And again, now, by the way, Kyedae could be lying about the situation. I don't know. But from what she said, it was a mutual decision. I'm going off of what she's saying. She said it was a mutual decision. If it was a mutual decision, why in the hell is everybody getting on her ass for a mutual decision, fool? They both decided we are better off not together. What did you want her to do? Stay in this relationship and then build resentment towards this nigga, and now she hates him? That'd be worse. That'd be a worse situation, bro. It's better off just to break things off where they at now. Because if she kept staying in this relationship, she would hate this nigga. And then before you know it, they're Akash too. Their whole relationship is Akash and Jasmine 2.0, bro. I forgot her fucking name at this point. It's been so long since we reacted to that situation. But y'all gonna end up looking like Akash, bro. That's what y'all relationship is gonna be, bro. That's just how I feel, man.
7 years together, engagement, cancer, fought side by side. He gave up everything for her and finally ends with, and I quote, "We're on different paths." Brutal. And in the comment section, someone posted for further context. Kyedae was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia, AML, in March of 2023. As part of her treatment, she underwent a bone marrow transplant, which was successfully performed using donor cells from her partner, TenZ And Kyedae. He was a genetic match and provided the healthy bone marrow needed for her recovery. This act of donation was a critical step in her journey towards remission. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I just gotta say, and I wanted to start the video off by reading all those tweets because context, of course. And I just gotta say, before reading her statement, bruh, if I'm your man, after all these years, supported you to that degree, went above and beyond and gave you literal DNA from my body, my own bone marrow, and we're not somehow forever together like soul ties.
And bro, I'm not saying you can't feel salty or sad about it, but me, I like to look at the positives of these situations. TenZ, broke up with or got away from somebody that, maybe was fucking with him but wasn't really fucking with him like that. Now he can find somebody that, now he can go out and find somebody new. And hey, that's one of the positives from the situation, in my opinion.
Guys bonded forever. I'm probably gonna
go back.
And we're now above and beyond and gave you literal DNA from my body, my own bone marrow, and we're not somehow forever together like soul ties, bonded forever. I'm probably gonna crash out.
And that's the take that's frying me. People think that him doing all that shit just ties her down and makes it so that she's locked in forever. Like, no, that's not the case, bro. That is not the case. And no one should be forced to be locked in with you just because you did a lot of shit for him.
Especially if after all this, we quote unquote grew apart. Brother in Christ, I'm pretty sure the man, you decide you don't want to be in a relationship with me anymore because who did all of this for you? Literally gave you his bone marrow. Didn't just suddenly grow apart. This is crazy, but of course, there's a lot to uncover. I'm going to read her statement. Feel free to drop your opinions down below if you know more about the situation. Of course, there are so many creators out here. This has been all over my feed, and a lot of people are very upset. As reported by Dexerto, they say streamers Kyedae and TenZ have confirmed that they have ended their relationship after 6 years together. With a statement from Kyedae, she said, "Hey everybody, Tyson and I feel ready to share some personal news. We've actually been broken up for quite some time now. Toward the end of our relationship, we came to a realization that wasn't easy to accept. We had stopped growing as individuals. Well, I wonder why. For most of our relationship, we did everything together, worked together, hobbies and interests together, pretty much everything together. We've even joked in the past that although we were together for 6 years, it felt like at least 30, which is not good. Shouldn't it be the other way around?"
Okay. Me and Maury can agree on at least that, bro. The fact that they were together for 6 years and it felt like 30. It should be the opposite fucking way. And what I see with a lot of people who have been in these long ass 20, 30, fucking 40-year relationships is the fact that they have lives outside of the relationship. They have their own hobbies, do their own things separately, but when they come together, they come together. As you can see with Kyedae and TenZ's life, they did work together, hobby and interest together. Pretty much every fucking thing together. I'm surprised they lasted fucking 6 years doing everything together. But when you do everything together, guess what? Shit starts to get dull. Shit starts to get long and drawn out, bro. There's a reason why Kyedae said that they were together for 6 to 7 years and it felt like fucking 30. They didn't have lives outside of each other. When you're in a relationship, you should have a life outside of this relationship. It shouldn't just be this relationship is all I think about. This is my life. This is my bro. No, have a life outside of this relationship. And that doesn't, people hear me say that and they think, I mean, oh yeah, just go out, hole around, go to party, shit like that. Like, no. What I mean is y'all don't have to do everything together. If you want to get on the game with your boys and be separate from your girl for a little bit, cool. Girls, if you wanna hang out with your friends, you know, go to a restaurant or just have a girls' day, shit like that, nothing wrong with that. And your man should be fine with you doing that and having a life outside of the relationship. But when you come back and come together, y'all come together. Simple. When you're in relationships where you're doing fucking everything together down to the minute shit, you're gonna, I don't know, I'm not gonna say it's all relationships, but you're gonna, a majority of the time, you're gonna put your relationship down in the gutter and through the ringer because y'all wanted to do everything together. Y'all have to have a life outside of y'all.
We've moved in together just weeks after meeting, and from ages 17 to 24, that was all we knew. Over time, it became clear that we needed space to grow into our own people separately. Yikes. We know the internet often looks for the, and I quote, the tea, but the truth is simple. We grew apart. There was no wrongdoing, no resentment, and no single event that caused this. We still care deeply about each other and genuinely want the best for one another. We're also incredibly grateful for the time and life we shared together. Thank you for respecting our privacy. And as far as I know, that is the only statement I'm aware of coming from Kyedae. And people were not having it. As far as I can tell in all the research, cursory research, this guy has not made one peep on any of his social media accounts. And I'm gonna be honest, he's probably devastated. Listen, you're not gonna just stick through cancer treatment and literally give up your own bone marrow to someone that you don't see yourself being with for the rest of your life. Literally.
He had those thoughts, and there's nothing wrong with having those thoughts, but if someone else doesn't reciprocate the same, you know, they shouldn't get bashed for not reciprocating the same. Like, there was probably a point in time where Kyedae did think, oh yeah, we're gonna be together forever, but shit ain't turned out that way. Things change, people change, feelings change too. I never thought the circumstances would have changed. My bad. Yeah, but bro, that shit is true. That shit is true, bro.
Stuff is like reserved for like your children and your wife and your mom and people who are like blood related, not for a girlfriend of which you feel like you're gonna, you know, break up with one day. It's just, yeah,
they were engaged. I don't know if they ever got married, but if, I mean, six years and y'all are still boyfriend and girl. I ain't gonna say too much. I would be
devastated, is what I'm saying. Someone said, so you're telling me you can be high school sweethearts, be there during cancer treatment, practically grow up together, and still not be the end game? Yeah, looks like that's the case here. And the sad thing is, fans and viewers are already making sad-ass breakup TikTok edits post-breakup of these two.
Maybe we get married one day, but who knows?
I just gotta say, and this is only because of my lived experiences, but I'm not the relationship type of guy. I have too many trust issues. I always expect the worst. I'm not a very...
I ain't gonna lie, Destiny. I called him Destiny. That shows y'all how long I've been watching him, bro. I called him Destiny. Bro, Maury, you should not have this mindset, bro. The mindset you should have is to not expect anything from anybody. When I go into, whether it's a relationship or friendship, anything with any person, bro, I don't expect anything from anybody, whether that's a girl I'm talking to, whether that's friends, that I don't expect shit from anybody. And I don't know about y'all, but in my life, when I don't really like expect shit from other people, shit turns out great. I ain't gonna lie. Because if someone does you bad, it's like, oh, okay, like, well, I wasn't really expecting much from you anyway, so I'm not really that like heartbroken over it. If someone does some good shit, you're like, oh shit, what a pleasant surprise. That shit great. But yeah, like, I feel like a lot of people should move through life not expecting shit from anybody. Period.
Trusting guy. And then when you see situations like this, two literal.
Besides, like, you know, if you're like in a committed relationship, you would expect, you know, some loyalty. Besides that, though, like, that's really it.
Cute ass high school sweethearts who've been together since they were like 17 years old. Guy saved her life, was a genetic donor for her bone marrow transplant. They've been together for 7 years. He literally gave up his entire career for her. He helped build her social media following. He made her probably into a millionaire, set her up for the rest of his life. Bro probably devoted everything or most of his life to her for the last 7 years. And then one day, for whatever reason is going on inside her head, I'm pretty sure this guy's devastated. Let's be honest. He has not said a word. She just leaves. I don't think this guy will ever get into another long-term relationship after this, or not for a very long time.
The grave, but who knows?
Another person in this TikTok comment section said they were engaged, so they were about to get married. He stayed with her when we all thought she was gonna die. They were high school sweethearts. So what do you mean you just grew apart? That whole grew apart thing right there, that is some gaslighting shit. I hate when people do that. You don't just grow apart from almost being married and someone saving your life from dying of cancer. That seems very absurd. Basically, she got bored of him because he is a good guy. Another person said, why are people defending Kyedae? This is how love is supposed to be after a long time. It is supposed to be boring. It is when you are bored with each other, but still choose them that you know you love them as a person and do not break it up for no apparent good reason. Typically a big mistake that you can't be together anymore.
Fizzle Arin and anybody else who kind of agrees with his take, what is your definition of love? What is your definition of love? It's supposed to be boring? It is when you're bored with each other but still choose them that you know you love them? So people should just choose unsatisfaction for the greater good of the relationship. If you're unsatisfied, go. Leave. No one owes you a long-term relationship just because you did hella shit for them. In my opinion, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And this whole it's supposed to be boring. It's supposed to be boring. It's when you're bored with each other that it's supposed, bro. I disagree with that shit wholeheartedly because I've seen it myself. A lot of the long-term relationships that I've seen, these motherfuckers are not bored of each other. There isn't a long time period of just boredom. There isn't a slight medium long period of just shit being tired and shit being boring. Like, if there's ever a feeling of being bored, they talk about it, find solutions to the boredom, and you know, shit skyrockets. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Like, I don't know. Maybe y'all definition of love is completely different from mine, but if someone is bored or unsatisfied in a relationship, they have every fucking right to leave, bro. Even if this person said that they love you. If you love them, you should. If you love them, let them go.
which again, based off of my lived experience, this is why I don't personally believe in the whole modern concept of love. I more lean on loyalty and respect, because love, it's fickle, it fades away fast, and the graveyard is full of people who apparently loved each other but ended up killing each other. I need something long lasting, loyalty, respect, a strong foundation. This whole love thing is just, and I just gotta say, this is probably the most
okay. I get that. I get the whole being loyal, all that stuff. I ain't gonna lie. We gonna talk about this though. Her putting "this did not age well" comments incoming on some shit from 4 years ago. It's showing that this situation is affecting y'all. The comments, the constant berating. This shows that this shit is affecting both of y'all. Like, y'all didn't have to respond to this at all. Period.
Respectful thing I've seen come out of this entire situation. So we have this post from TenZ. He said, "Happy 3-year anniversary to the love of my life. It's crazy how fast time flies when you're enjoying life, right? It should be moving fast, like TenZ says it is. Not slow, like Kyedae thought it was." He continued to say, "By the way, we have been engaged 8 months, but have kept it a secret until now." And in the comment section below, Kyedae said, "This did not age well. Comments incoming, laughing my ass off." TenZ then said, "Literally did not age well. Skull emoji ×3. Like, I swear this has to be some type of humiliation ritual. I'm telling all the people watching this video right now, please never embarrass yourself like this. Never stoop so low and have this much disrespect for your own identity. Please stand up for yourself." Now, to be fair, to play devil's advocate, we don't know what really happened in the situation. This PR statement may be for anything, right? There could have been something this guy did, TenZ. He could have done something very diabolical behind the scenes. She may have done something very diabolical behind the scenes, and they may have put together this supposed joint statement.
Yeah, and that's the point I'm coming from. Y'all will hear me say this stuff and think I'm like defending Kyedae or whatever. I'm coming from the standpoint of, we don't know the ins and outs of this relationship. Something might have happened. And no amount of he did X or she did X should keep them in a relationship that they know ain't going anywhere, that they know they're unsatisfied with, and that they know that they want to move on from. That's my stance.
Brian, save face, we don't know, I don't know. But again, getting engaged to someone of which you quite literally saved their life by providing them some of your bone marrow because you're a genetic match, and then being high school sweethearts on top of that, and dropping your professional career in esports, giving up basically your entire life to try and save this person, and then what, 6 or 7 years down the line, you just grow up.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, the whole dropping the esports shit, like, fuck. I'm not doing that. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, if I help with the treatment, all that stuff, but nigga, I gotta give up my career. Ew. Yummy. And like, you're not my wife yet?
Heart. This just lets me know if a couple like this can't make it, I can't make it. There's just no way. There's no way. But who knows? That's just me. That's my perspective on this situation. Let me know yours down below. You guys may be fans or viewers of these people. You may know them better than me. Maybe I
ain't gonna lie. The people who are fans and viewers of TenZ and Kyedae, y'all probably know a lot more than I do. So please put it in the comments. Shout out to Maury for this video. And yeah, my opinion still stands, bro. No amount of someone doing something should keep you in a relationship that you know ain't going nowhere. And I know I've been repeating this shit over and over this past video, but I need this shit to get through y'all heads, bro. Because a lot of people are in relationships where they just feel tied down to this person because they did X thing for them. When in actuality, yeah, bro, they did this thing for you, and you should be, eternally grateful. But you being eternally grateful shouldn't stop you from leaving a relationship that you don't feel satisfied in, that you know isn't going anywhere, a relationship that you want to move on from. Period. And a lot of these things, this dude did out of the kindness of his heart. And again, he did it. He didn't have to do some of these things. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you don't really gotta do anything in this life, but yeah, bro. Yeah, that's just my opinion on this shit. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Am I dead ass wrong? Should I be bashing the shit out of Kyedae for leaving him and all this stuff? I don't know. But I feel like a lot of the downfall of their relationship has to come down to the fact that they literally did everything together. You have, bro, if you take nothing else from this video, please take in the fact that you need to have a goddamn life outside of the relationships that you're in. If you don't, your relationship is going to crumble. The thing that you cherish so much is going to crumble by you not having a life outside of this person, by you always trying to hang with this, always doing everything together. Y'all don't have any solo moments. And as humans, I'm not gonna lie, we need those solo moments. Those solo moments keep us sane in some certain aspects. And y'all are doing damn near everything together. Work. Y'all are both streamers. Y'all are working together, hanging out together, hobbies together, everything together. Bro, I don't know. A lot of what I've seen in my life is, bro, a lot of the people who are like, my boyfriend is my life or my girlfriend is my life, they either A, end up breaking up super soon, or B, they end up resenting or hating their partner and trying to put up a facade of, oh yeah, I really love them, when in actuality they don't, because their whole life is built around this one person. I love y'all so much though. Marso Mafia the game, Marso Mob the squad, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Deuces.